My name is Vlad, and today I'm going to tell you about one of the most famous books on personal success, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
This book distills Napoleon Hill's decades-long study of successful people into a practical philosophy of achievement centered on thought discipline, definite purpose, and sustained action, organized as 13 concrete steps to riches. Hill argues that controlling one's mind, particularly subconscious and habitual thought, shapes outcomes, and that clearly defined goals, unwavering belief, and organized effort turn desire into results. The book's core claims and methods are outlined below, with emphasis on application and the logic connecting each principle to measurable progress. Autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the daily practice of feeding the subconscious with precise, emotionally charged instructions aligned to the definite purpose. Hill's routine. Read a written goal aloud morning and night, visualize possession of the goal, and affirm identity statements, I am, that match the desired outcome. The principle assumes the subconscious influences attention, motivation, and creative insight. Repeated inputs bias it toward opportunities and behaviors that advance the goal. Specialized knowledge. General knowledge is less potent than specialized knowledge that directly supports the definite purpose. Hill urges continuous learning through study, mentors, and experience. The point is practical application. Knowledge must be organized and used, not merely accumulated. He recommends concentrating on the precise competencies and market knowledge the goal demands, adjusting learning plans as reality tests the strategy. Imagination. Imagination is the workshop of desire, where plans are created and improved. Hill distinguishes synthetic imagination, recombining known ideas, from creative imagination, novel insights, advising deliberate visualization of the goal already achieved and iterative design of means to get there. He treats imaginative rehearsal as a catalyst for resourcefulness and opportunity recognition, especially when combined with autosuggestion and faith. Organized planning. Desire and ideas must mature into a concrete plan, immediate action, and adaptable execution. Hill prescribes assembling a temporary plan, taking action at once, analyzing failures as feedback, and refining plans continuously. He also stresses building an advisory mastermind and clarifying roles, timelines, and resource commitments. The infrastructure that converts intention into consistent progress. Decision. Analysis must culminate in firm, timely choices. Hill criticizes procrastination and the sway of public opinion. Successful people decide quickly when aligned to their purpose and change decisions slowly and deliberately when evidence warrants. The discipline of decision protects momentum and cultivates self-trust, both of which reinforce faith and persistence. The core thesis. Thoughts become things. Persistence. Persistence is sustained effort despite obstacles, born from desire and strengthened by routine, reading goals, supportive alliances, and incremental wins. Hill frames temporary defeat as diagnostic, not terminal, a signal to adjust the plan or intensify effort. He encourages daily habits that make persistence almost automatic. Scheduled work blocks, accountability with allies, and rituals that renew emotional commitment. Power of the mastermind. A mastermind is a small group aligned on a definite purpose whose cooperative energy and complementary skills create a sum greater than the parts. Hill attributes breakthroughs and resilience to this alliance. Access to specialized knowledge, candid feedback, and shared persistence accelerate achievement. The group's culture and trust matter. Alignment turns meetings into multipliers of insight and resolve. The mystery of sex transmutation. Hill's controversial idea is to channel intense creative sexual energy into productive outlets, ambition, innovation, and service, rather than dissipate it in aimless indulgence. He suggests that sublimating this energy fuels imagination, drive, and charisma, amplifying other steps like desire and persistence. While framed metaphysically, the operational takeaway is to protect and direct peak emotional energy into purposeful work. The subconscious mind. The subconscious acts as a relay between emotions, thoughts, and behavior. Hill argues it runs on dominant inputs repeated with feeling. By feeding it a steady diet of purpose, belief, and plans, autosuggestion, one biases perception and action toward goal-consistent choices. This is why he pairs written, spoken, and visual practices. Multi-channel repetition intensifies imprinting. The brain. Hill describes the brain as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought, using metaphor to emphasize that mental states are contagious and interactive. The practical implication: surround oneself with people, environments, and information that reinforce the desired mental frequency, mastermind, curated media, purposeful routines. He treats attention as the scarce resource to be guarded and directed toward the definite purpose. Hill's central premise is that persistent, focused thoughts, charged with emotion and belief, tend to crystallize into plans and actions that produce corresponding results. He contends that people can direct their mental focus toward a single definite purpose, cultivate a success-conscious mindset, and persist until reality conforms to the plan. This is not passive wishing. It requires specificity, commitment, and daily mental conditioning, autosuggestion, to orient the subconscious toward the chosen goal. This thesis underpins every chapter and explains why the book prescribes rituals that train attention, belief, and behavior to align with a definite aim. The sixth sense. The sixth sense is Hill's label for intuition, flash insights that arise when the mind is primed by desire, faith, and preparation. He suggests that after persistent work, novel solutions often appear spontaneously. Cultivating quiet reflection and keeping tools ready to capture ideas makes this faculty usable. In modern terms, it's pattern recognition by a well-fed subconscious, surfaced as intuition that guides timely action. How the pieces fit together, from wish to will. Desire specifies the target. Faith and autosuggestion raise emotional certainty. Imagination drafts initial routes. Organized planning turns drafts into action. Decision commits. Persistence sustains. The mastermind amplifies capability and belief. Disciplined energy, including sex transmutation, fuels creativity. Subconscious conditioning keeps attention locked on the aim. The brain station metaphor underscores environmental design. The sixth sense provides leaps after groundwork is laid. Feedback loops. Action generates results, or setbacks, that refine plans, deepen faith, and strengthen persistence. Visible progress further conditions the subconscious to expect success, making decisive action easier next time. Environment and allies. Hill treats success as socially constructed, who one associates with, the norms one absorbs, and the accountability one invites are decisive levers, not afterthoughts. Practical application framework. Define a definite major purpose. Write a specific, measurable goal with a deadline and the price to be paid. Read aloud morning and night, visualizing its fulfillment. Build a weekly system. The 13 Steps to Riches. Learning. Schedule blocks for acquiring specialized knowledge tied to the goal. Planning. Draft and refine a 90-day plan with milestones and clear next actions. Action. Begin immediately with the highest leverage step. Review progress daily. Mastermind. Meet weekly with 2 to 5 aligned partners for candor, commitments, and problem solving. Persistence. Track streaks. Pre-commit to minimum viable progress on off days. Train belief and attention. Use auto-suggestion scripts anchoring identity. I am the kind of person who, and outcome, it is now date, and I have achieved. Connecting both to today's concrete actions. Design the environment. Control inputs, books, feeds, peers. Create friction for distractions and add cues that prime focus. Visible goals, checklists, time blocks. Convert energy into output. Hill organizes the method into 13 steps that move from mental orientation to organized execution and feedback. Channel heightened emotion into creative work sessions. Use visualization to enter already achieved states before tackling complex tasks. Treat setbacks as signals. When outcomes disappoint, adjust assumptions, acquire missing knowledge, or expand the mastermind. Never abandon the definite purpose for lack of a first-try fit. Notable themes and nuances. Clarity beats intensity alone. A moderate desire with crystalline specificity and daily structure tends to outperform a fiery but vague ambition. Action creates belief. Hill's faith grows fastest from doing, shipping work, earning small wins, and seeing plans bear fruit. Identity-level change. Autosuggestion works best when framed as I am rather than I will, aligning behavior with a chosen self-concept. Social proof and support. The mastermind protects momentum and corrects blind spots, accelerating skill acquisition and decision quality. Moral dimension. Hill repeatedly links riches to service, arguing that enduring wealth follows value creation and fair dealing. Chapter-level pointers. Desire. Desire. Convert wants into a written, priced, timed commitment. Revisit daily until it stings to miss a step. Faith. Pair affirmations with evidence-seeking behavior. Collect proof of progress to harden belief. Autosuggestion. Keep scripts short, specific, and emotionally charged. Tie to immediate actions. Specialized knowledge. Build a learning backlog mapped to bottlenecks. Learn just in time, not just in case. Imagination. Alternate divergent, idea generation, and convergent, selection sessions. Prototype fast. Organize planning. Use rolling 90-day horizons. Measure, adapt, and keep shipping. Decision. Pre-commit deadlines for choices. Default to action when data is good enough. Persistence. Make progress binary and visible. Keep a minimal daily standard to prevent backsliding. Mastermind. Choose complementary strengths and shared ethics. Meet consistently with clear agendas. Sex transmutation. Protect peak energy windows. Redirect arousal and ambition into demanding creative or commercial work. Hill calls desire the starting point of all achievement, not as a fleeting wish, but as a burning, specific intent supported by a plan and a personal commitment to pay the price for attainment. He advises fixing the mind on a precise goal, setting a deadline, deciding what will be given in exchange, time, skills, service, writing a statement of intent, and reading it twice daily to condition the mind. The emphasis is specificity and emotional intensity. Desire must be strong enough to endure setbacks without dissipating. Subconscious mind, guard inputs, saturate with purpose-consistent messages and imagery. Brain, curate people and media to match the desired frequency. Avoid environments that cue defeatism. Sixth sense, schedule quiet thinking, capture insights immediately and test them quickly. Why this endures? The framework is memorable, behaviorally grounded, and scalable. It treats purpose clarity, belief formation, skill acquisition, planning, social leverage, and resilience as trainable capacities that any motivated person can develop. Although some metaphysical language, e.g., vibrations, infinite intelligence, dates the text, the operational prescriptions, write goals, rehearse success, learn what the market values, decide, act, persist, and surround yourself well, remain broadly applicable. Modern productivity systems often echo Hill's sequence and rituals, validating the durability of his core method. Cautions and context. Not a guarantee. Hill frames the method as a repeatable approach, not a promise. Market forces, timing, and luck still matter, which is why persistence and plan revision are central. Ethical guardrails. The book presumes value creation and fair dealing. Short-term wins achieved without these are unlikely to endure. Translate metaphors. Readers uncomfortable with spiritual framing can reinterpret terms like sixth sense as intuition emerging from deep preparation and subconscious synthesis. A compact implementation checklist. Faith. Define one major, specific, time-bound goal and price to pay. Write and speak it twice daily with vivid visualization. Build a 90-day plan. Act immediately on a leverage point. Learn targeted skills weekly. Apply immediately. Meet weekly with a mastermind. Set and review commitments. Decide quickly when information is sufficient. Adjust slowly and deliberately. Protect daily persistence with a minimum viable action. Channel peak energy into creative output. Reduce dissipative habits. Curate inputs and peers to match the purpose. Schedule silent thinking. Capture and test insights fast. Faith is visualization and belief in attainment. The emotional certainty that the goal will be achieved, cultivated deliberately rather than passively felt. Hill's mechanism is repetition, affirmations and mental imagery that impress belief on the subconscious until knowing replaces doubt. He underscores that faith is both cause and consequence. Small wins, created by action, reinforce belief, which fuels further decisive action. By integrating these steps, Hill contends that almost any determined person can progressively align thought, behavior, and environment with a definite purpose until results compound and the original desire becomes reality. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. New motivational videos are on the way.